Returning from a family party, David and Amy Fox, who are very nearly separate, mess up on a distant mountain street. They drive to an old auto fix carport after their vehicle stalls. A repairman assists with fixing it. Once more, not long after leaving, their vehicle stalls. At the point when they observe that there is no mobile phone gathering, they stroll back to the carport, just to find it has quickly shut. They stroll to a close-by inn to look for help. At the point when they show up at the gathering office, they hear a piercing shout coming from the room at the rear of the gathering, just for it to be coming from the TV. The inn chief, Artisan, switches it off and meets the couple. He makes sense of the auto fix carport across the road is shut down until the morning, so they book a space for the evening. While preparing for bed, David and Amy are frightened by clearly beating on their entryway and the way to the neighboring room. David goes to gathering to inform Bricklayer regarding what is happening, and Artisan lets them know they are his main visitors. Back in the room, David watches a tape that was left in the room's television. At first it is by all accounts a thriller, however at that point they understand a snuff film was made in their room. David looks through the room and tracks down various secret surveillance cameras and understands that Artisan is watching them. David and Amy escape the space for the forest, yet are stood up to by two men wearing veils, so they return to the room and lock the entryway. In the restroom, they are stunned to find the half-eaten apple Amy left in the vehicle. David rushes to the inn's payphone and dials 911, however Artisan replies. David gets away from the telephone stall not long before the men crash their vehicle into it and pursue him back to the room. Minutes after the fact, David and Amy hear a truck maneuver into the parking area. From the window, they stand out for the driver, yet before long acknowledge he is working with Artisan. They then, at that point, find a hidden entrance in the restroom, prompting different passages to various rooms of the inn. They end up in the director's room. Amy endeavors to call the police, however is intruded on by Artisan. Followed by the covered men, they slip once more into the passage and take an alternate course, winding up in the auto carport opposite the inn. In the meantime, a sheriff shows up, having answered Amy's endeavored call. After looking through one of the rooms, he observes a snuff film and escapes. David and Amy hurry to him, and they all endeavor to leave yet find the motor wire to the squad car has been cut. At the point when the official gets out, the concealed men kill him. David and Amy run into one of different rooms. David conceals Amy in the roof while he intends to come to Bricklayer's office to recover a gun, yet the men cut him as he leaves. He falls as Amy watches from a higher place. In the first part of the day, Amy descends and leaves, finding one of the executioner's vehicle. As she endeavors to drive away, a covered man breaks into the vehicle from the sun rooftop, and she crashes the vehicle into the inn, killing two of the men. The last option of which is uncovered to be the specialist who made a difference, the couple prior. Amy then runs into the gathering, where she tracks down the pistol. Artisan shows up and starts to choke her with the phone line, then, at that point, beats her as he records the battle with his camcorder. Amy retaliates and figures out how to acquire the advantage. At long last, shooting Bricklayer dead, Amy gets back to David and finds he is as yet alive. She returns to gathering, takes the telephone line from Artisan's coat pocket, and associates it to the telephone to call 911. She then returns to David, consoling him while trusting that the police will show up.